out of respect for this committee, out of respect for me as a member of Congress, I'm going to ask that you try not to run out the clock and that you please answer my questions with a yes or a no. Will the Department of Justice ensure that asylum seekers have access to counsel in Mexico in order to allow them to prepare for their hearings? Yes or no?
We're going to continue to follow the policies at EOR that are currently in place.
Will you facilitate, assist, help ensure that asylum seekers have access to legal counsel in Mexico? Yes or no?
Congresswoman, there is a very well-defined process for asylum seekers to obtain counsel, and we're going to continue to follow that. Of course,
Mr. Whitaker, even while they're in Mexico?
As the Acting Attorney General, I cannot make an assurance, especially regarding what happens in a foreign country. I mean, I know you understand that.
And this is part of the reason why this is such a terrible policy. Earlier, you said you believed every life is valuable. At the President's State of the Union address, he claimed that my community, El Paso, Texas, quote, used to have extremely high rates of violent crime, one of the highest in the entire country, end quote. And he claimed that we became one of the safest communities in America because of a wall. Data from the FBI's Uniform Crime Reporting Program shows that El Paso has historically been one of the safest communities in the nation, and that we were such long before a wall was constructed.
Congresswoman, I think the UCR...
Do you have any reason, sir, to disagree with your FBI's data?
As I sit here today,
yes
I do not have any reason to disagree with the FBI's
Perfect.
data.
Thank you very much.
Doesn't it strike you that a policy that says that people who set foot on American soil and claim asylum will be sent to a foreign country where they may not have access to legal help, which they are constitutionally guaranteed for their asylum adjudication, may have a constitutional problem?
Congressman, I'm sure you're aware that federal law allows asylum seekers to be returned to a safe third country.
I'm not aware, though, that it allows people not that allows the government to do something that effectively eliminates their right to counsel for their asylum claim. Before we adjourn, I want to note for the record that, Mr. Whitaker, that you owe us responses on a number of issues raised here today, responses that we intend to secure, including but not limited to the times and dates you were briefed on the special counsel's investigation, your communications with the President after you received those briefings, the basis for your statement that the special counsel's investigation is reaching its conclusion, and whether you told the special counsel not to take any specific investigative or prosecutorial steps. I would also note that your testimony was at best inconsistent on the topic of your communications with the White House prior to your tenure at the department. It is not credible that you both interviewed for a job handling the President's response to the special counsel's investigation and never conveyed your opinions about that investigation to the White House. We require answers to these questions. I ask the department to work with the committee to provide them. As part of that work, I fully intend to call you back for an interview under subpoena if necessary, and I expect more fulsome answers at that time. And with the thanks of the chairman, the hearing is adjourned.